The year is 1914, and Europe is just about ready to blow itself up. So tensions had been rising for a while now due to a number of reasons. The unification of Germany and its subsequent annexation of Alsace-Lorraine permanently tipped the balance of power in favor of Germany and soured Franco-German relations. This nationalism was not only visible in Germany but also Italy and others who shared a similar culture. This also caused many people, notably the Balkans, to rise up against their leaders and form their own states. In 1884, the Berlin Conference divided up Africa among the European powers, where Britain and France got the most of it. This, combined with their other colonies, gave them a huge boost to their economies. Germany, surprisingly enough, wanted to protect its colonies. Thus, it sought to build its navy stronger than Britain, which also, surprisingly, upset Britain. Thus began the Anglo-German naval arms race. In 1906, Britain commissioned the HMS Dreadnought, which gave it a significant boost over Germany. That was until Germany commissioned its own dreadnoughts. Then Britain commissioned more of them, and they kept doing this until it became too expensive for both of them to bear. In 1911, Germany conceded and turned its attention towards the army, and Britain was now in possession of over twice the dreadnoughts Germany had. In 1882, Germany formed an alliance with Austria-Hungary and Italy, which was called the Triple Alliance. After Bismarck, who was opposed to a Franco-Russian alliance, was dismissed by the new Kaiser in 1891, France and Russia signed an alliance in 1894, inventively called the Franco-Russian Alliance. In 1904, Britain signed a mutual foreign policy agreement with France, which was called the Entente Cordiale, and in 1907 it signed an alliance with Russia, called the Anglo-Russian Entente. Together, these three formed the basis of a loose alliance called the Triple Entente, which formed an opposition to the Triple Alliance. So, on the 28th of June 1914, France, or Francis Ferdinand, depending on which language you're speaking, went to Sarajevo to oversee military maneuvers. There, an organization called the Black Hand planned his assassination, and when he went there, he decided to travel in an open-top car, and a man called Gavrilo Princip shot him through the neck.
As everyone was freaking out, Austria delivered an ultimatum to Serbia, which contained 11 demands. Serbia was given 48 hours to accept all demands or face war. Serbia rejected one of the demands, which stated that Austria would be allowed to investigate the murder inside Serbia, because at that point they may as well have joined Austria. As such, Austria declared war on Serbia on the 28th of July, and Russia began mobilizing its army to support Serbia. When Germany ordered Russia to stop and Russia refused, Germany declared war on Russia on the 1st of August, and fearing French intervention, Germany declared war on France on the 3rd.
So, this video is going to be mainly about the causes and the consequences, but let me quickly talk about the events. Germany invaded Belgium to go around French border fortifications, causing Britain to declare war. The Germans initially did well but got stuck, and so, trench warfare. Meanwhile, the Germans made gains in the east against Russia, but Austria-Hungary failed at every front, even against Serbia, until Bulgaria invaded from the other side in 1915. Towards the end of 1914 though, the Ottoman Empire had entered the war and didn't win anywhere.
The Allies got support in the form of Italy, Greece, and later the United States, who entered the war for three main reasons, which were thus. In 1915, a passenger ship called the RMS Lusitania, which was carrying weapons and people to Britain, was sunk by the Germans, causing anti-German feelings to develop. In 1917, the Zimmermann telegram was sent to Mexico by Germany, giving them military, political, and economic aid in return for an invasion of the US, but this was intercepted in London and showed to the Americans. France and Britain owed America money, and if they lost the war, they wouldn't be able to pay it back. Also, in 1917, the October Revolution saw Russia exit the war and sign a treaty with the Central Powers. But by this point, the Central Powers were being pushed back from all around. On the 11th of November 1918, Germany surrendered. The first peace treaty signed was on the 28th of June 1919 with Germany in Versailles. It forced Germany to accept war guilt. It gave Alsace-Lorraine to France, a part of Upper Silesia to Czechoslovakia, the rest of it, along with Western Prussia and Poznan, to Poland, Eupen and Smolmedy to Belgium, and its colonies to the Allies. It also required Germany to pay $33 billion, restrict its military to only 100,000 men, 15,000 men for its 24-ship navy with no submarines or air force. The treaties of Trianon and Saint-Germain-en-Laye dismantled the Austro-Hungarian Empire. It gave independence to Czechoslovakia and the Kingdom of Serbs, Croats and Slovenes, later renamed to Yugoslavia, as well as gave territories to Romania, Poland and Italy. The Treaty of Neuilly-Sur-Seine with Bulgaria returned Bulgaria to its pre-war boundaries, along with giving western Thrace to Greece and limiting its military to 20,000 men.
The Ottomans signed the Treaty of Sevres with the Allies, dividing their lands like this. However, the Turks rebelled against this in what is called the Turkish War of Independence, and they won, taking all of this land, giving the rest to Britain and France in the superseding Treaty of Lausanne.
Ultimately, World War I was extremely consequential, as it was one of the first wars to involve so many countries and cause so much destruction. The war saw the collapse of four ruling dynasties and also the formation of the League of Nations, which was extremely successful. Just kidding, it was pretty much ignored by Germany and Italy, and ultimately we can say that the First World War was the main reason for the Second one.